That move. You need that lock-off strength that Margot Hayes showed us.
All right, joining us in the commentating booth, we have Maya Madare. Great performance out there. How did you feel about that?
I was pretty psyched. Thank you so much. This is only my second time competing in Open Nationals, so it was definitely a lot of fun. The problems are really cool. I especially liked number 4. Those moves are super varied and challenging. I like the balance of different holds.
Nice. And, you know, you were still, I believe, I missed a few competitors, but you got the first, if not the only, top of women's 3. Really impressive. What clicked for you on that?
Well, you know, slab climbing is normally not actually my forte. But I saw that it was a slab, and I thought, like, okay, I'm going to have to go really slow on this. And then I got to the last move and realized I wasn't going to be able to try it again because I was out of time. And I think that's probably what gave me the extra try hard to actually stick the move. That was knowing that if I fell, that was going to be it.
Nice. And it was a perfect read.
Thanks.
yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I've been working on that skill a lot this year.
Yes.
Route reading.
Yeah.
Used to be a big challenge for me, but I've been working on it.
So you train on sighting?
Yes.
Gym?
I live in Austin, where Austin Bouldering Project just opened this year, and it's actually, I think, the biggest bouldering gym in the country.
Really?
So there's always a lot of new problems for me to practice on sighting.
So I was wondering about that. Do you do like comp rehearsals where you only give yourselves 4 minutes?
Yeah. I'm on a youth team, actually. I'm 18, so I'm about to age out, but we do mock competitions a lot. Actually, last weekend we had one where the whole team, or as much of the team that as could make it, came in and just practiced, like set up a round basically in the same format as this, and just like 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off. And
you feel like it helps?
I feel like it really, really helps.
Yeah,
that kind of practice is definitely one of the most important things, I think, for me to prepare for on-sites.
Probably a lot mentally.
Oh, yes. It's all mental game for me.
Yeah. And speaking of, by the way, Megan Martin right now is trying women's 3, just a minute and a half left, but she tagged the finishing hold but didn't quite hold it. And we saw the same from Margot Hayes. And you just seemed to grab that thing correctly. That was...
Yeah, I think I got really lucky. I hit it at the exact right spot.
Is there like a little pinch on it?
Yeah, it's a bad sloper, and then it gets a little bit better if you get closer to the outside. So I hit it, and my hand slid a little bit, and then I was able to like re-grab it because there's a little lip on the bottom that you can thumb catch.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
So I have a question about, because you said that you've only done this a couple times, been in the open category.
This is my second time.
Yeah. So is it intimidating?
Oh, yes. It's very intimidating. A lot of these people, like, obviously they're famous, and like I've seen their names like in the news and in like Rock and Ice and stuff, and it's like it's pretty surreal to be like competing against them in person, and it could definitely be intimidating, but I really like the experience. It's thrilling, definitely more than scary.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have high hopes for this comp?
Yeah, I think hopefully I'll be able to keep my act together in semifinals. Usually I have a pattern of having a better performance in qualifiers than semifinals, but hopefully gonna break out of that pattern this time.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, this year I feel a lot more prepared than last year. So hopefully things go in my favor.
Yeah, so far it shows.
Thanks.
So yeah, thanks so much for joining us in the booth, Maya.
Thank you.
Really
Good
appreciate
luck.
it.
Thanks.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Next up for the ladies, hailing from the great state of Texas, Claire Burfine.
Oh boy, Claire Burfine is up now. She is doing women's 1.
Meanwhile, Kyra's already halfway up women's 2, Kyra Condi.
You can see her there way on the left. Yeah, there she is.
All right, an easy flash from Kyra Condi. We now have Margot Hayes joining us in the booth.
Hello.
Hi, Margot.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, doing well.
How was it out there?
It was fun. The climbs were really enjoyable. The setters definitely did an awesome job, so I was happy climbing on every single one of them.
That's awesome. One thing we noticed is that there were a couple problems that you put a lot of effort into. You came down, you looked at the clock, you had to make that quick decision, do I try again? And it seemed like you pretty much always made the decision to try again. And I think it paid off. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it paid off. I was on number 3. I fell in the last move twice. So, of course, now I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, I want to try it again. But women's 4, yeah, I took a couple kind of nasty falls, but I always wanted to try again. I always have so much fun when I'm on the wall, so it's hard when I'm making the decision to go or not to go. Most of the time I decide to go just because I want to get back on it.
Yeah, we noticed that you looked a little uncomfortable after a couple of those falls. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Back is definitely sore, but you know, it's all good. Take a hot shower and get to bed early and be psyched for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the same pain from your back injury way back in Pan Ams?
It can be kind of the pain that I get once in a while, and I think it is due to that injury, but it's nothing serious, you know?
Cool.
Nothing that will hold me back.
Good.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
So you spent a lot of time sport climbing this year. Do you feel like you've prepared a lot for a bouldering comp?
Yeah, I've done quite a bit of sport climbing and bouldering. When I climb outside, at least for the past several years, I've really only sport climbed. But I'd like to get into more bouldering outside.
But I
have trained both, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So what are your hopes for this for this comp?
Well, my hopes for this comp are my goal is to top every climb. So I didn't succeed in that in this round, but I'll bring that to the next round.
And you're living in France right now?
I am, yeah. I'm in Aix-en-Provence, so it's in the south. It's about 30 minutes north of Marseille.
And how long do you get to be there?
Originally, I was going to stay there about 4 months, and I was going to just be back in Boulder by December, but I decided to extend my visa. So now I will be there through the World Cup season until October.
Well, it'll be easier for you to get to the World Cup.
It will, exactly. Yeah, it's going to end up being cheaper that way, me staying there. And it's nice to be immersed, learning another language. That's something I'd really like to, I'd like to progress in my French and eventually be fluent. So
yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So what will you do to prepare for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, probably go eat some yummy food and then get to bed pretty early. And I have homework to do, so I'll be doing that. And I'll be watching the comp at the same time.
Yeah.
Because the men are going so late, but they're definitely troopers hanging in ISO for so long.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to be here with so many motivated climbers. The community is just so fantastic.
Yeah.
Every time I come to a comp, I'm just reminded.
It's good to be home then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, yeah. Well, it sure is fun to watch you climb. It's a little surprising to hear you say that you really have fun when you're on the wall competing. Like you're actually having fun when you're doing those problems.
Yeah, most of the time I feel very happy when I'm on the wall. I really enjoy it.
That's
every
great.
move and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
We love watching you.
Thank you. That's really sweet.
You're really
I love watching all
inspirational.
the other climbers. It's so fun to see the different beta that people choose for the same climb. So
It is. It's been really interesting.
yeah, it's going to be a really exciting weekend. I'm excited.
Cool. Well, good
Awesome.
luck.
Well, yeah,
Thank
looking
you.
forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And yeah, rest well.
I will, for sure.
Cool.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much
Margot.
for joining us,
Yeah.
Margot.
That was fun. Megan Martin here on Women's 4. Megan, also a ninja warrior. What do they call her?
Mighty Megan.
Mighty Megan.
Hashtag, of course.
She's one of my favorites. She's so fun.
Yeah, Megan always has a smile on. It's great.
She does. It's contagious.
You know, probably the only other competitor I know of who I would say that about is Margot. And yeah, she was just here. So
she was smiling the whole time. Megan gearing up. Got her game face on right now.
Heck yeah.
So Megan is 26. She lives in Boulder. She's actually a coach for Team ABC, so she coaches a lot of these kids and then competes with them.
She's currently ranked number 7 after the National Cup Series events. She got 2nd place at the Seco Block Masters in 2015. And last year, I think she also got 2nd place.
She did some of the cup comps. She got 3rd in Yankin Yard this year. She got 5th at the Vulcan Cup.
Well, she's got less than a minute. These problems are complicated. I'd love to tell you who's next to her on the left, but I can't quite see.
Nice, Megan.
Oh, wow, she made the 1-2.
Yeah, she did.
She made that work for her.
She's a good dynamic
really impressive.
climber, yeah.
And pink is Megan's favorite color. Excellent effort. There's Claire Burfind.
So Claire, I don't know if we told you about her. She's 18. She's formerly Team Texas. She's from Texas, and now she goes to school in Seattle. She's 5'11". She's a tall woman. She didn't do any of the Cup Series competitions this year. She did come in 2nd to the Dynamic competition, which was in Salt Lake City. She was 3rd at Bouldering Nationals last year, 4th in Sport Nationals last year. She was actually 1st in Speed Nationals last year, so she's a crusher. She climbs.
Yeah, she's also good on the longer routes. She, in 2014, actually, she was the Seco Block champion. 2015 was 3rd place. So she's got a long history of podium finishes here. Claire's definitely one to watch for finals as she just hiked number 2. No problem. Looks like Delaney Miller on problem 1. Former sport climbing champion 2 years in a row, Delaney Miller is definitely one to watch also. I think she's been training bouldering quite a bit more lately. She's done a bunch of World Cups for lead, World Cups for bouldering. It's going to be a good show by her. Kyra Condi is eyeing women's 3 with just over half of the time gone.
Kyra Condi just sent her first V12 outside at Red Rock this year, actually, in January. She's got 6 youth national titles. and she's a pre-vet student at the University of Minnesota. And speaking of back injuries, she had back surgery as a kid for scoliosis. She had it corrected, and then she said that really, really helped her climbing. Let's see if she can get lucky on that final hold of women's number 3. Oh, so close.
Into the world. Make sure to throw on the hashtag USAC Bouldering. Once again, that's hashtag
Hey, guys.
USAC
Hey, welcome back to the booth, Mr. Runnels. That was Brian Wong, by the way, on the right of the screen from Boulder, Colorado. Falling off men's 4 like almost everyone has.
I was noticing while I was taking a break there while you guys talked to Margot and Maya that we're about halfway done.
Indeed. Yeah, we are over halfway done for the ladies. And gosh.
I think we're over halfway for the men now, too. Don't look now.
Time just flew right by. It's 3:30. We've been doing this for 5 hours. They've been doing this for 5 hours, I should say.
And just think that the competitors that haven't come out yet have been sitting in the back this entire
right.
time playing ping pong.
Hopefully they have food and water back there.
And in the cruelest of jokes, no cell phones
Oh,
allowed in ISO.
Oh, snap. You're right.
Probably the longest many of the competitors have been separated from their cell phones.
Since birth.
Since birth,
they-
that's
yeah.
right.
I know they keep coming up here angrily asking for their phones back.
I know I wouldn't make it back there without my phone for this many hours, so.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't. Juliana Price is 29 years old. She's on the women's first problem. She's 5'10", and she's from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
And this is Megan Martin on women's number 5, making quick, very strong work of it.
And Megan's been climbing well today.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
She's powerful. Just campusing up. Oh, so strong.
Wow. Wow.
Nice, Megan.
That's going to be real good for her. Not too many women have topped number 5.
Oh, that was great. I didn't actually follow. I couldn't follow what she did. Do you guys know how many tops she had?
I do not.
She did not do number 3, but I'm pretty sure she did 1 and 2.
And I didn't see her on 4. We'll have to find out later.
Yeah, looking at the unofficial results so far, we only have 2 women that have more than 3 tops. Maya Madere has 5 and Michaela Kirsch has 4.
And Margot.
Yeah, I think some of these results are a little bit behind. 'Cause
Yeah.
It shows Margot here with 3 tops, but yeah, like Neely said, I thought she got 4. Likewise for the men, only 1 competitor with 5 tops. That's defending champion Nathaniel Coleman. It's Matt Foltz there, swooping on men's 3. Definitely somebody to look out for to make finals.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like the close-up views because you can see from a distance you can't tell what's going on. From real close, you're looking at them shaking and trying super hard.
Right. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't
it's
see
so
that.
cool to
Wow.
actually see that.
That's
This
strong.
is Ross Fulkerson. Wow.
Strong work from Ross there. Nice one. He's going to be psyched about that. It always feels good when you jump for a move like that that's super powerful and you actually pull it in. Really
Yeah.
no better feeling in bouldering than that.
I wouldn't know what that feels like, actually. I don't think I've ever done that.
Maybe we can get an interview up here where we can
Yeah.
ask somebody who has experienced this.
We got Lily Canavan there. She's been competing a bunch and doing super well, too. Lily Canavan, she's
18 from Newton, Massachusetts.
Such a tenuous problem.
She likes to climb in Rumney. Oh, she's using the knee beta there too.
Nice. She was last year's dark horse champion. She actually won several comps, bouldering comps last year, 2016.
Yeah, 2015 and 2016 Metro Rock Iron Maiden champion.
And coming out of the gate next for the ladies, we have Erica Meister. And to her right, we have John Brossler.
So in about 5 competitors for the women, we have Ashima and then Alex Puccio right after her. So I'm excited.
It's going to be a fun half hour.
Yeah.
Having them back to back. John Brossler there for the men, one of the fastest speed climbers in the country. In fact, the fastest speed climber in the country.
Yeah, I think he is the champion. He's from Plano, Texas. 19 years old, and that's Delaney Miller on women's too.
It's always fun to watch Delaney at Bouldering Nationals. Her style is just so like anti-bouldering. It's very slow and deliberate.
That's what I remember about Emily Harrington too.
She just makes it work.
Yeah, Delaney is really, really smooth and calculated.
They'll rest like they're on routes. That's Jenny Nall or Canal. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Women's
There's
number
our
4.
Airworks Cinema cable cam doing its job, providing you the best photography, cinematography there is. Kyra Condi, women's 4. Kyra is one of the fastest climbers out there. Jumpy, fast, and effective. I would be shocked if she did not make it to finals.
A lot of the women finding that knee bar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Nice control. Yep. Excellent shot.
Kyra Condi finishing women's number 4. She didn't finish women's number 3, though, did she?
No,
Negative.
she didn't. Fell off that last move. I was talking to Margot about that last move on women's 3. She was telling me that she thought she just went to the wrong part of the hold, and I think that's what happened to Kyra also. If you get it in the sweet spot, I think it's pretty good. Or if you miss it, there's no second chance.
Now, if anyone's going to do problem 3, Claire Burfind may be the one. Less than a minute left, though. She's got to step it up.
I think it might be challenging with her height to get into position on this move.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a little kitty perch when you're 5'11".
Reminds me of Alex Johnson.
Yeah,
Nice.
Claire, one of the tallest women out there.
See if she can get her foot way up there. That right hand hold looks so small.
See how small those holds are. It's all about that left hand and the right foot.
Wow.
Ooh.
Who's slinking the right
Oh.
foot around or left foot around the corner, but not to be for Claire Burfine.
Well, that's her. It's her time there.
And next up on the far side, far left for the ladies, we have Isabel Gifford from Austin, Texas. For the guys right alongside, we have Connor Fritzy from Yorba Linda, California.
So this is Isabel Gifford from Austin, Texas. She's 16 years old. She climbs at the Austin Bouldering Project.
We have Connor Gertze from Yorba Linda, California, 23 years old, 5'8". One of his favorite hobbies is sleeping, he says.
Nice.
I'm kind of right there with him.
Who doesn't like sleeping?
I don't know that that's a hobby.
Yeah,
when you
hobby
sleep as
implies
much as I do, it's a hobby. It's no longer a necessity.
Really?
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so
just
fun.
sleep for sport.
Yeah.
We're looking at Juliana Price here on women's number 2. And Julianne Jimrivat on women's number 3. Getting into that precarious
Oh, yeah.
perch.
Yeah, Jules Jimrivat. Yep, we've seen her compete. She was at Seco Block.
Yeah.
And I believe she's a Salt Lake local. Let's take a look. Yeah, she is.
She's 21 years old. 5'3". That's cute.
Wondering how to deal with the kitty kitty meow meow perch.
She's like the problem's not over. Not over right here.
Exactly.
She says she's been climbing for 15 years. So that's, I think, since she was 6.
Kids these days, they
Ugh.
start a little earlier than we did.
She's sponsored by Petzl.
Oh no, a rare miss on that move. On
Becoming-
men's 3.
Becoming not so rare, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We always jinx them. It's our fault.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about Infinity Labs. Dedicated to the care of your climbing shoes, their grip spray is a pre- and post-climb
Well, Chris, you mentioned that Jules was a local climber. The local climbers are having a pretty good comp so far on the men's side. 3 of the top 4 in the unofficial results are locals. Nathaniel Coleman, Dalton Bunker, and Palmer Larson all in the top 4 right now.
Wow.
On
Nice
the
one.
unofficial results here that you can
Yeah,
check out at
unofficial.
usaclimbing.org.
Palmer Larson. Yeah, that's
Sean Rabitou there in second place.
wow. And the unofficial, we're not really seeing D Woods.
Daniel Woods is in jeopardy of having some free time tomorrow. It's important when you look at these results, they are unofficial. It's because the climbers do have the ability to appeal any results once they're posted, which doesn't happen until after the comp round is over. The competitors get a chance to validate that the results that are been entered and posted by the system are what they agreed to with the judges. And so there's always that appeal time that happens before the results are actually official. So don't make travel plans based on what you're seeing just yet. But it gives you a sense for where the line is going to be. Remember, it's top 20 for semifinals for the men and the women. So for the men, you've got to beat over 100 competitors to get into semifinals.
Wow.
Can you tell everybody where to find those results again?
Yeah, you can go to usaclimbing.org. Go to the homepage there. There's a big button that says Live Results. Click on that and check out some of the unofficial results for the women that we haven't talked too much about. Maya Maderi, Michaela Kirsch, Margot Hayes, Sierra Blair Coyle, Nina Williams, all in the top 5 right now. But as we've been talking about, some of the heaviest hitters for the women still to come. Alex Puccio, Ashima Shireshi, young Brooke Rabitou still to come. Wouldn't be surprised to see all 3 of them at the top of the leaderboard by the time this is over.
Claire Burfrine
She looks puzzled.
trying and just barely missing the 1-2 move on women's 3. And now we have Delaney Miller. Excuse me, that was 4. Women's 4 for Claire Burfine, and Delaney Miller is the one on 3.
Delaney's also from Texas. She's from Frisco, Texas. She's 21 years old. I'm pretty sure she lives in Boulder now. I saw her in rifle a bit this summer.
I think she moved to Victoria, Canada, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, going to school up
All
there.
these climbers just moving all over the place.
Yeah, she was in Fort Collins, Colorado for college, and now she went up to Victoria, BC.
Not a bad place to be.
and like Chris said before, she's the national sport climbing champion. Oh, wow. Is that Claire right next to her?
Yeah, it's fun seeing a couple of the podium finishers for rope comps and really almost everything competing neck and neck here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Strong move by Claire Burfine there.
God, Claire really keeping her composure on these.
Yeah, she just looks solid, except for that little bobble. It's so funny, you can't see that crimp
Oh, wow.
until they're
That was
on
strong.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
that was-
Just creeping her way to the top here, one by one. Claire Burfine's doing really well compared to everyone else.
She's got tops on 1, 2, and 4 now.
Coming up pretty soon for the men, we also have Sean McCall, returning champion of this event from 2011. One of our foreign nationals competing here this weekend. Important to keep in mind as you look at the results that the foreign nationals can win the competition, but they do not count towards the quota of competitors. We take the semifinals and finals. So if one of the foreign nationals is in the top 20, take 21 or 22 people to finals, or semifinals, excuse me, and same with finals. It's because we're trying to curate the U.S. national team for bouldering that will represent the U.S. on the World Cup circuit, and that comes from the top 6 finishers here of the American citizens competing. So an extra little wrinkle as you watch this weekend. As is often the case, the foreign nationals that compete are some of the best climbers in the world, and they've won this comp numerous times over the years. Julia Verme a couple years ago, Sean McCall several years back, Mohamed Jafari a couple years ago.
And for the guys, we have Nico Romero. Nico's out of Dallas, Texas.
So on women's 1, we have Molly Rennie.
32 years old from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
She's 5'6". And she climbs in Waco and Socorro. Molly's been climbing for 11 years.
It's funny, yeah, she started climbing when most of these competitors were not even born yet.
No. Well, when they were very small.
Whoa. Lily Canavan airing it out there. Matt Foltz struggling there on men's 5. Seen a lot of the men get pretty frustrated over there. Daniel Woods among them.
Yeah. Jules Jim Revat for another attempt on women's 4. I think she was having trouble on kind of the move on this one. That one.
It's a pretty cool move. You watch videos of Alex Puccio, well, I don't know if you do, but I've seen videos of Alex Puccio just doing training indoors, just jumping around
Yeah.
on boulder problems, just making boulder problems for herself where she has to jump. And it seems like that's what you have to do in these comps, in all of them now.
Absolutely. As Juliana Price apparently trying not to jump.
Right. That or this.
It's always difficult when you're on like sort of easy terrain there where you're not in danger of falling, but doing the next move requires a little bit of commitment there. You can kind of just ease your way over without overcommitting yourself.
Yeah.
Yep, Juliana's trying to commit to the scratching post.
The scratching post. Kitty, kitty.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Speaking of scratching, Matt Foltz scratching in those tiny crimps there.
Yeah.
Just trying to bite his fingers in.
So this is where Carlo was talking about you can't touch that left wall.
Nice work
But
from Matt Foltz.
he didn't
Excellent
need
work
to.
from Matt Foltz, yes.
Where are we at with Matt Foltz? What does he have going on? Do you know how many tops he has, Chris?
Negative.
I believe this is Grace McKeon coming up way on the left.
Grace McKeon, no stranger to these comps.
And Grace is one of those competitors who made finals in her first year of eligibility when she was just 15 years old in Colorado Springs a few years back. First adult nationals making it through to finals.
Yeah. Thomas Pitzel is on men's one. He's from Georgia and also no stranger to comps. I know he's placed well in the past. One of the, used to be a dark horse, but now I think the name Thomas Pitzel is synonymous with,
There he is.
with cranking. There he is, yep.
Claire on her last problem here. Trying to get her fourth top of the round.
Wow.
Wow,
Nicely
yes, very strong work
From
by
low.
Claire Burfines.
Solid round from Claire.
So she got 1, 2, 4, and 5.
She looked a little uneven at times, but tops are tops.
Yeah. Nobody's
And
gotten
knots are knots.
all. Nobody's gotten all 5, right?
Other than Maya.
Maya Madare did.
Oh, I thought she didn't get 4. She did get 4.
According to the unofficial results,
They would know better than I.
they have her at 4. But one thing it is worth noting is that even though Claire got all 4 tops there, she did take a number of attempts on some of the problems. That does factor in a little bit after tops, so it's important to get these problems done as quickly as possible.
That contributes to their combined ranking.
And that's going to be a big factor coming into semifinals and finals. The winner of the comp could be decided by a single attempt.
That's right.
That's Erica Meister on women's number 2. Trying to navigate this transition. And Delaney Miller on number 4. She's a really static climber, so that jump is probably a little bit foreign to her.
30 seconds left, and Delaney's trying it again. She's definitely using different foot beta than anyone else. Closer, but not quite enough.
I think she's trying to make it a little bit less dynamic by putting it in a sort of a drop knee.
And just like that, out on problem number 1 for her nationals debut as an adult. The young phenom Ashima Shiraishi.
All right.
Here it is.
Brady Kotratz.
Here we go.
And Brady's left in her first Open National.
Ashima's 15 years old, out of New York City.
Ashima Shiraishi.
She's 5'1", I believe.
Ashima is definitely one of the top few competitors we've wanted to see here. It's always been thought that she could be the one to challenge Puccio, although Alex Puccio sure has done so well lately, it's hard to say that, but Ashima certainly is a contender for finals and the podium. Really exciting to see her here. She has climbed recently a V15, the only woman on earth to have done so.
She's climbed 2 now. 1 in Japan.
Making quick work of her first problem.
That looked like V0.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch her climb in person because you get this, I think you get the sense just from watching her from afar in videos that she's like a small climber and she just grabs little holds, and that's why she's a good climber, but that's not the case at all when you see her climbing in person. She's got incredible technique and awareness of her body and how to use it on the wall. It's really quite interesting to watch.
Had an Alex Puccio sighting there. She's right after Ashima.
And they'll be sitting side by side.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We're watching Isabel Gifford try to get up women's 3. She's using the knee beta too.
Not able to keep her balance. Nothing to pull you in once your balance is gone there.
Jules Jimrebot.
The chat room was pretty excited about Ashima's debut there on problem number 1.
How do people get into that chat room?
You can check that out on YouTube player that you're watching this live feed in. A lot of people in there sharing their analysis of the competition, who they're rooting for, and other various internet things.
Hopefully good ones, positive ones.
15 seconds left here on problem number 4. And up next for the women on problem number 1. Your 9-time national champion, but not defending national champion for the first time in quite a while. Is Alex Puccio.
That's right, Alex Puccio, the one overwhelming favorite to win this competition. Alex Puccio.
I may or may not have some bets on her. Probably not, because it's illegal.
If gambling were legal,
Yeah,
you'd have some bets
Yeah.
on her.
theoretically.
And this is a storyline we'll be digging into more as the weekend goes along, but Alex suffered a back or neck injury over the summer, had to have
That's right.
surgery. Most people you think would take it easy for a while, maybe take up boating or something, I don't know, something a little less strenuous, but no, Alex has been possessed ever since she's come back to climbing, winning every single comp she's entered leading up to nationals this year. An overwhelming favorite.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Imagine winning every comp you enter.
Right?
And she enters a lot.
Yeah, she did all the national cups. She won all of them. She did dynamic. She did the Portland rally.
Yeah, and Alex can actually win the overall National Cup Series today just by making semifinals from what we were told.
Ah, because her ranking, it's because
She-
she did all of them.
Has such a lead in the points.
Delaney Miller's looking solid on 5.
Chalking up, taking a rest.
Grace McKeon in the foreground. Hiking 2, and Alex Puccio. Heavy hitters on the wall right now.
Alex has climbed V14, a couple of them, 15 V13s. You would think that after neck surgery, it'd be scary for her to jump down off of boulders, but I think she just started doing it so quickly after her surgery. She's just like right back to normal.
Well, also 2 years ago, she had that really bad knee injury.
Same
and then
thing.
she came back and she was really tenuous
Wow.
jumping down from the wall at Nationals last year.
Delaney discovering some pretty unique beta for that women's 5 crux right at the top.
Interesting.
And in typical Delaney style, she's just kind of taking her time to figure it out. She's treating it like a route.
She has a minute and a half left.
The top 20 guys and the top 20 girls will move on to the semifinals. That will go on.
Just no sense of panic with her at all. She's just tried that one, it didn't work. She's just going to go back and reset.
Of course, with every shake, she can take a peek at the clock and know that she has just over a minute left. Unlikely she'll have another attempt, so she's really got to put all of her marbles into this one, huh?
Get her done, Delaney. Come on. Go big. Not sure she has time for another one.
Such a strong effort by Delaney Miller.
It's somewhat rare progress on men's 4 there. John Brosler.
That's Thomas Pitzel getting rowdy on 4. And of course, we don't get to see Alex Puccio climb much because she does everything so quickly.
And a couple climbers, we're going to see Brooke Rabitou.
Natalia Grossman, rather. Team ABC, Colorado.
Next up on number 1 for the ladies, we have Sophia Kwan. And for the guys,
Got Ashima out on her second boulder.
we have Nathan Wybie.
Easily dispatched problem number 1. See how she fares on problem number 2 here.
I've just been told it is pronounced Nathan Whippy.
This is looking casual.
It's definitely what you would expect, right, Neely? We've seen the first 2 problems been pretty doable for a lot of the women, so not surprising to see Ashima.
Ashima positively unchallenged.
It's for real, though. It doesn't look hard at all. It's such a contrast. Ashima was the second female and the youngest person ever to climb 515A.
even though this is her first adult national, she's been making news since she was, I think, 9 years old, climbing really hard double-digit boulder proms in Waco tanks. So
And
by the time she gets to the adult stage, she's kind of been around for quite a while at this point.
and on every news station and newspaper ever. More than I think any other climber has been. We're seeing Molly Rennie on women's number 3.
Not a lot of the women looking like they're having fun on that move.
I know.
Just looks awkward.
Questing around for some balance here. It's Molly Rennie.
She's doing it. She's getting it done.
Yeah, if she actually got this done, that would be a huge boon for her placement.
And we've seen very few tops at this problem.
Have we seen more than Maya?
And not that I recall.
Almost.
It may have only been topped once.
At this point, we've seen like 200 people climb
Yeah.
boulder problems, so it's a little hard to keep track.
Yeah,
But if it's more than one, it's not very many more. We've seen a lot of tops for the other problems for the women, but very few have unlocked. Tricky. Third boulder. You are watching continuing live coverage of the 2017 USAC Bouldering National Championships. We are at the Salt Palace here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Brian Reynolds, Chris Widener, and Neely Quinn with you all afternoon here. It's a qualifying round. More than half over at this point, especially for the women. As we get some of our favorites out finally for the women with Alex Puccio
yeah. In
turning
fact,
around for her second problem right now, Chris.
we only have, I think, 11 more women to go.
Women's round has gone by really quickly.
Next up for the ladies from San
Happens when
Francisco, we have Peyton Charbonneau.
65 fewer climbers. Feels like it goes by a lot quicker.
And for the guys from Exton, Pennsylvania,
Alex Puccio prepping number 2. Meanwhile, Vian Charbonneau is up for women's number 1. 38 years old, part of Winter Las Vegas Climbing's Team Geriatric. It's been really fun. She would laugh at that. I'm excited to see how she
Take your word
does.
for it on that one, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see later, I suppose.
You don't really want to piss her off, I don't think.
She just placed second in a pretty big local comp in Las Vegas. So I think that was what made her want to come up here and just join nationals. Excited to see her here.
Yeah, she's been on the road for a while. She crushed in rifle this summer. Just did a lot of stuff. 514 climber.
Mike in the chat room confirms for us that Maya was the only one to top number 3, so if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks for that, Mike.
Alex Puccio on women's number 2.
I love the contrast of climbing styles between Alex Puccio and Ashima Shiraishi. Kind of, Alex, of course, is kind of the burlier, visibly super strong one, but Ashima is like water over stone, as it were.
She's like an elf in The Hobbit or something. She just kind of floats. Was that too nerdy? Probably too nerdy.
Nice.
Alex Puccio continues her warm-up.
Yeah.
And if I
All right.
recall correctly, I think last year, the qualifying round for her, I think she just flashed all 5 boulders
Yep.
pretty easily as well. So
That's right.
she knows it's just part of the process. You can't win the comp today, but a bad day, you could lose it, which could very well be the case for Daniel Woods today. He's on the bubble.
Grace McKeon digging into some determination for which she is famous. Let's see if she can make this happen.
Oh,
Gosh, that looks so close. That's exactly how Maya did it, actually, with the back step.
I think she just needed to get her thumb around the bottom of the hold, and she just, on the top, we could see in some of the close-ups before, the bottom has a little bit more of an in-cut in it, but on the top, not much purchase to be had there. Such a precise move, low percentage, which is tough on a problem that takes that much time. You only get 1 or 2 shots at that move in 4 minutes. One minute left in this round. Climbers have 4 minutes to climb each problem, and then 4 minutes of rest. And they have 5 problems in qualifiers today. It'll be 4 in semis and 4 in finals tomorrow, so this is the volume round for the competitors.
There's Natalia Grossman on the right, making really good progress here on women's 4, with just 25 seconds to go.
Team ABC. Oh. Can see Ashima to the right of the North Face logo, checking out women's number 3.
It's gonna be fascinating to watch her on this problem.
I'd be surprised if she didn't make it. What do you think?
I think this might actually suit her style and her size pretty well.
Yeah, I think she'll be able to lock off that little left crimp up there and get her foot real high.
I believe that her mom makes all of her pants as well. So every time you see Ashima, you know she's wearing something original.
They're real into fashion at that house, and it seems like she's getting into it too, judging by her Instagram feed. Not that I've been stalking her or anything to do research for this.
It's just called research.
Yeah.
That is a blessing, isn't it?
Social media?
No, the fact that we can research athletes.
Yeah, it is. So far, she's doing really great.
She's got a long way to reach over there.
She counterweighted that with her foot up in the air. Well, that was pretty. Wow. It's going to be kind of hard for her to reach that thing.
Get a great look at those
a
holds.
jug at last.
And that left hand probably feels pretty good for her. She have to get her hip up to her armpit, though.
You're right.
Or her foot, excuse me.
Oh, wow. Whoa! What's up there? Nobody's ever touched that.
A cool flash
Wow.
by Ashima Shiraishi, women's 3, second top out of, what, 50? Almost 50 women. That's amazing.
We've seen so many women miss that hold, and she went to a part of it that didn't have any chalk on it.
Yeah.
And made it work.
It made it look like a jug.
That was really interesting.
I want to feel that hold.
I can only imagine what's going through Puccio's mind right now. She heard the audience.
Yeah.
And she knows she's going to have to put the pressure on. Not that she won't make it to semis, but, you know.
Yeah.
There's always some competition there, a little stress.
We should interview her later and see what is going through her mind.
It was interesting because the hold at the finish has a lot of chalk in that one spot, and she went to a totally unchalked section of it. I wonder if she saw something there or just happened to grab that spot and it worked.
It sure seemed like it was a calculated move.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't like dead point to that hold. She kind of floated to it.
You could tell she was really comfortable in the position that she was in, though, with her left hand and her right hand digging into that crimp. The move just really suited her well.
Yeah. Or maybe it was because she knew she needed to match on it. So she left some room for herself. In any case, Alex Puccio's doing some calisthenics to warm up. follow that act by Ashima.
And that strikes me as the kind of move that Alex could have a little bit of trouble with.
You think?
A little more delicate.
Yeah, she was a 9-time national bouldering champion. She won in 06, 07, 08, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 15. And then Megan Mascarenas took it from her last year. She's won 13 World Cup medals.
Just to her right from Westlake, California, we have Mike McGee.
Looks like Brooke Robitou is up for the women. Women's number 1, Boulder, Colorado. Sister of Sean Robitou, whom you may have seen climb earlier, and daughter of Robin Erbisfield and Didier Robitou. We all expect to see her in the finals. She's finally old enough to compete at adult nationals. She's done very, very well in youths.
She got 3rd at the Dark Horse, 2nd at Yanking Yard, and 4th at the Vulcan Cup. Those were all part of the Cup series. She just hiked number 1.
Well, we'll see whether Alex Puccio can pull off a flash of women's 3 like Ashima did.
She's used almost half her time already. There really is no more experienced competitor out here than Alex Puccio. Knows exactly what she's doing.
There she goes.
Yeah, it's so funny having watched so many women do this problem. Like, we kind of know, okay, hurry up the sequence, but you got to remember, that's the first time Alex has seen this problem, so she needs to figure it out just like everyone else.
Yeah. She's asking again, too, if that left side's on.
Well, what's interesting is that it sounds like she thinks the left side is, or it looks like she thinks the left side's off, as if the judges told her no.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happened for the first competitor who asked the judges.
Yeah, she committed to a really awkward move there.
Yeah, look, yeah. She just couldn't get her balance over. Well,
As a competitor, you always want to know the parameters of the problem before you get on the wall. Make sure you understand what is in and what is not in. It's super important to know that stuff. Not always clear what the communication is down there between the climber and the judges there. It seemed like either Alex didn't understand that that was on or didn't think that that would be helpful. It's a really subtle corner there where the blue meets the gray section of the wall.
25 seconds to go. We'll see if Alex can pull this one off.
she figured it out. Yeah, she doesn't have much time.
13 seconds left. It's going to be her only chance at this last move.
Come on.
Oh,
no.
Just a second she paused her momentum, but not going to be for Alex Puccio on problem number 3. So 2 tops for Alex Puccio. Still doing just fine in this round, though.
Yeah.
Next up for the ladies from Madison, Wisconsin, we have Katie Lawler.
I have to think that the 4th and 5th problem are going to suit Alex Puccio pretty nicely.
Guys from Arvada, California, Derek Anderson.
We're seeing Ashima gear up for women's number 4. See what she does here on this big move.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very well done by Ashima.
She's reading these problems so well.
She was named Time Magazine's one of the 30 most influential teens of 2015. She trains every day for 4 hours.
She's looking so impressive right now.
Oh, wow.
4 flashes for
Just not a problem for
Ashima.
her. Wow.
Yeah.
She's not getting very much climbing time here in qualifiers.
I know, she might have to do a bouldering sesh after this
Yeah.
just to feel like she did something today.
Uh-oh. To be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, that's right. We can only guess what Alex is talking about with one of the judges.
Right.
Didn't look like they were agreeing,
No.
but
We
I'm
won't
sure
make any assumptions.
they'll sort that out. I'm not a body language expert by any stretch. Could just be talking about current events for all we know.
Politics. Who knows?
I'm starting to get a pretty good sense, though, where the cut line is going to be for the men. It looks like it's going to be right around 3 tops. So anybody with 2 tops is going to be on the bubble. Possibly even anybody with 3 tops and a low score. Remember, you can always check the unofficial results at usaclimbing.org. Check back there for the official results as well. Daniel Woods right now unofficially in 19th place. Top 20 make it to semis.
Wow.
So
That's
that'll
not
be
looking
kind
good.
of a big deal.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Got Sophia Kwan here. Women's number 3.
I think they're calling her off because her feet swung around the corner there. It's hard to tell with the black curtain behind the wall, but the corner of the wall to the left of the blue streak is taped with black tape. Competitors know they can't go past that. I think it's a little easier for the climbers to see up by the wall. And for the women, still only a small handful of women who have finished climbing who have more than 2 tops. So there's Maya Madere, Michaela Kirsch, Margot Hayes, and Sierra Blair Coyle with 3 tops. But obviously we see that Ashima is going to be up there. She already has 4 tops. So she's going to be in at least 2nd place.
Sean McCall has now stepped out for the men. A foreign national who could very likely take this competition. We'll just have to wait and see. Excited to watch him climb here.
Yeah, he might be the one to oust Daniel from the 20 spots.
Wow.
Although his won't count because he's Canadian. It won't count in the...
Oh, right. They'll make an extra spot for him if it is Sean.
He kind of bobbled the start there.
Oh, yeah. He did not
Sure.
flash number 1.
Sure, he'll figure that out. He's been in isolation for 7+ hours at this point.
Yeah.
He's probably just excited to be out of there.
Alex making quick work of that big move on women's number 4.
Wow.
Wow.
2 fingers, no big deal.
Might as well. That is an uncommon way to have done that move today. When Sean fell.
Oh,
again
wow.
On
Yeah.
palm 1 for the men there.
There you go, Alex. Get that knee. I mean, this is Alex's kind of problem right here. Big pinch.
Nice.
Back on track for Alex Puccio on women's number 4. It's 4 tops, or excuse me, 3 tops and 4 palms for her.
3 flashes.
Very likely she'll be making it through to semifinals at this rate.
Did we see what happened with Sean? Oh, he's still working on men's 1.
Yeah, he fell one of the last moves. You see Grace McKeon on her last problem in the qualifying round here. Ooh, work in the corner.
Yeah, that's new.
That is not something I've seen a lot of the women do on that problem. Didn't quite work out.
A little surprised that on the left side of the screen there, Sean McCall is having so much trouble with men's 1.
Yeah, are we sure that's Sean McCall? Somebody check.
Well,
No.
yeah.
Confirmed.
It's just as surprising as Daniel not doing it first try.
But we were talking to Carlo Traversi about this problem when he was in the booth a little bit before. Just kind of a unsettling problem to come out of isolation on. It's not super straightforward, but of course not surprising to see Sean put it together here and get the top after a few attempts. Just like that, it's Ashima's last problem on the qualifying round. Goes by quick here at Bouldering Nationals.
And on men's number 1 from Philadelphia, Alex Perlstein.
Be very surprised if she had a problem with this particular boulder.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see how she does that last move.
Yeah.
I suspect she'll do it with aplomb.
Such a good reader.
Yeah, she climbs like somebody that's been climbing for 30 years.
Right?
Just 15 years old.
Wow, we have not seen many women lock that move off like that. Super impressive.
That was a non-issue for her.
And for your first adult nationals, your first qualifying round cannot go much better than that. 5 flashes. And she can go take.
And not only 5 flashes, 5 easy flashes. Wow.
Really impressive stuff. Looking forward to seeing her in semifinals tomorrow. Pretty sure she's going to make it.
Should we just call the whole thing off?
I know there's some math involved, but I'm pretty sure she's going to make it.
Yeah. That's Alexis Mascarenas, older sister of the more famous, at least in bouldering world championships and nationals, Megan Mascarenas.
On women's 3, is that what you're talking?
Yeah, that's what I was talking.
So to the right of the North Face logo, that's Alexis Mascarenas.
They're calling her Flashima in the chat room.
Oh, nice.
That's smart. Gonna have to steal that one.
That was Emily Harrington who said that, apparently.
It's going to be a big fight for who's going to be her biggest fan out there, Emily.
We need Emily here.
Katie Lawler on women's 2 there in the center of your screen. We get back to Alexis Mascarenas here.
So like her sister, she climbs at the Sport Climbing Center in Colorado Springs. She's been climbing for 10 years. And she got into finals at Yankin Yard this year. I didn't even know that Megan had a sister.
Yeah, she has 2 sisters, actually.
Did they both climb?
Unconfirmed. Fancy way of saying, of course, I have no idea. All right. Some psych for Alex Borst over there, finishing number 3 for the men. And Alexis Mascarenas going for the final move on number 3.
Well, she made it look easy up to there. Maybe not easy, but she did it. It didn't fall off.
Next up on the far
Yeah, already Alex Puccio is on the last problem.
and to her right for the guy. From Baltimore, Maryland, we have Eric Jerome.
Meanwhile, Brooke Rabatou is getting ready to do women's number 3. You'd think that they could have somebody, you know, brush these problems for them.
I think it's all just part of the warm-up.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have their scheduled brushings every, I don't know how many competitors, like every 15 or so.
That's Sean McCall over there on men's number 2. The green problem. That's Alex Puccio on women's number 5.
Alex just powering through.
I know, it really looks like a completely different problem than when Ashima was on it.
She has the lockoff strength to do the same thing that Ashima just did, though, right here. We'll see.
I think she's, yeah,
Ah,
that works.
good job.
Very nicely done for Alex Puccio.
Good job.
4 tops out of 5.
4
She'll-
flashes.
She'll be easily through to the semifinal. And Sean McCall flashing his second problem there for the men as well. Brooke Rabatou in the center right of your screen.
On the kitty hold.
Well into problem number 3.
Such a tiny little thing. Oh.
We've seen a lot of women go for the left side of that hold, and that has not proven to be the ticket. We've still only gotten 2 tops in that problem from Ashima and Maya Madere. Maya and Ashima both with 5 tops, but I think Ashima will be out in front with 5 flashes. I don't believe Maya flashed all her problems, but we'll check on that as we get some official results later on this afternoon. Check out usaclimbing.org for all the results from this weekend.
Ashima and Brooke have been competing against each other quite a bit.
Yeah, they're in the same youth category, so every year at Nationals it's always the 2 of them battling each other.
Neck and neck. So not only is it going to be cool to see, you know, Ashima and Brooke against Pooch, but also against each other on this stage.
Vian looking good on the right of the screen.
That's Nick Picarella there on men's number 4, doing some unconventional beta.
Brooke almost snagging that last hold, but not quite.
Did she go for the same spot on the left? Did she go right?
No, she went in the center.
It's been a while since we've seen a top on men's 4.
Is it still only 2?
I think so.
Just rapid
It's
fire?
just those 2 back-to-back, and that was it.
Female 1, Megan Mascarenas. And on male 1, it's Roland Chen.
You're looking at Megan Mascarenas there on the left, our defending champion from last year. She's been doing some comps lately, not performing quite as well as she has in the past, but obviously super strong climber here. Definitely could be a competitor to anyone. It would be really cool to see her in the finals again.
Yeah, she's a little bit of an unknown this year, even though she's the returning champion. Hasn't been out on the circuit as much as some of the other women. So we'll get a chance to see where she's at and her climbing here this afternoon. Looking just fine so far.
Yeah, Megan is 18 out of Colorado Springs. Interesting beta.
I like it.
Katie Lawler there. Problem number 3. Katie's a Madison local out there in Wisconsin.
Do you climb at boulders with her?
I have, yeah. Climbing out Devil's Lake.
Alexis Mascarenas eyeing up women's 4. Got both the climbing sisters here on the floor. Checking some of the unofficial results here. Ashima in first place now, only climber to flash women's number 4. It looks like Kyra Condi actually finished that problem as well. I didn't catch that one as it was happening, but still I think only 3 tops. Alexis doing quite well here on women's 4 with just about 30 seconds to go.
Still some strong climbers coming out for the men. Alexei Rybstov coming out, still Russian climber. Really strong and accomplished boulder. Josh Larson coming up quite a bit later still. Josh was this close to winning nationals 2 years ago in Madison. Never know what's going to happen with Josh. Excited to see him climbing this afternoon, or this evening as it were.
Olivia Ogier on women's 1.
On female number 1, that's Olivia Ogier.
Her friend scholar, Olivia Ogier.
Olivia Ogier is the correct way to pronounce women's 1.
And on male number 1, that's Noel Hinkle.
Going to be a top for Lisa Chulich.
On the right there, that's Sean McCall. Men's
Reverse
number 3.
Honnolding right there.
Yeah, he's doing it wrong.
Turn around, Sean. Oh.
Nicely done by Sean McCall.
Nice.
Back on track here. 3 tops. But quite a few attempts on the first boulder. It's Brooke Rabbit, who you just saw hitting the eject button on women's number 4. Evaluating her options with just over a minute left.
Nice, the old 1-2 beta working for Brooke Rabitu. Let's see if she can power through with just 40 seconds to go.
Brooke did V11 at age 11.
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
Getting efficient with it, skipping 2 time-consuming and energy-sapping moves, skipping right to the finish.
No big deal.
She has time.
Nicely
Wow.
done by Brooke Rabitu.
Awesome work.
That was confidence on that move. Choosing to skip those 2 holds outright. Nicely done by Brooke.
3 tops for her.
And the last second top over there on women's number 1. And as Megan Mascarena steps up to her second problem, we were talking about her recent results, guys, not having a lot of recent results, but last year she did make finals at the World Championships for bouldering. So she had a really strong 2016. Just haven't seen her out there in the last few months as much as some of the other competitors. So it's our chance to see how she's doing.
Male number 1.
Lila Nearing on women's number 3.
An easy
Meanwhile-
flash for Megan Mascarena.
That's right, Brian. You just stripped the words out of my mouth.
But now the easy part of the round is over for her. So women's 3rd and 4th boulders get quite a bit more difficult, as we've seen throughout this afternoon.
It seems like for both the men and the women, the comp starts at problem 3. Lila Nearing there on women's 3. Trying to get up, established on the scratching post.
It's Alex Perlstein, men's number 3.
Yeah, it's pretty funny when these top competitors climb these problems so quickly. It's like we barely have a chance to see them, and then they're done.
I know, it's so sad.
Fortunately, we'll have all day tomorrow to watch as well.
Thank God.
Josh Levin over there putting in the final 30 seconds or so on men's 1. Josh Levin is from Sunnyvale, California, 22 years old.
He's been doing the Cup series. He's ranked number 26. Yep, number 26.
Female 1, this is Sarah Violet.
Sean McCall taking a peek there at men's 4.
Male 1 is Andrew.
It would be pretty
Lee.
rad if he could make it to the top, because we think that only 2 guys have made it. So, be interesting to see. I think he'll be one of the guys of the remaining ones who could possibly top that out. Sean McCall himself getting stifled a little bit. Plenty of time left though.
So Sean, as we know, is a Canadian climber. He's a pretty well-known climber. He has claimed 5 world titles
5 world titles
during his youth career. He did really well as a youth.
And there's Brooke just to the right of Sean. Brooke Robitou on the last of her problems. She's done extremely well so far, as expected. Top 3 out of 4 so far.
Sean's super active on the World Cup circuit, and he's won at least 4 events. 2 in bouldering, 2 in lead, and he's been on the podium over 23 times. So he's a veteran competitor, to say the least. Nice.
Excellent show by Brooke Robitou, topping 4 out of 5. That is definitely going to put her way up there in the ranking.
Right. Even though she didn't flash most of them, she finished them, which is super important with this scoring system.
Actually, I'm surprised to see Sean struggling so much. Quite a few guys have gotten further than he has so far. Just over a minute left. We'll see. As you were mentioning earlier, Neely, he definitely is one of the most decorated world competitors ever. So Yeah, you never know.
He's a V15 climber. He's a 9A climber. Oh,
Not happening for Sean McCall on problem 4.
yeah, with only 30 seconds left. I wonder how he's been training for this. I interviewed him on the podcast, and he trains a lot, and it's his full-time job. He's a full-time climber. That's just what he does.
An excellent effort there by Lisa Chulich of Portland, Oregon on problem 3. We usually see Lisa Chulich in the semifinals at least. She's made it to finals on several occasions. Made it very close to the top of 3 there. Sounds like we're going to have Ashima Shiraishi coming into the booth here sometime soon, so stand by.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
I want to ask Ashima how easy those problems felt for her.
Yeah. Right now we're finishing up actually our final female competitor, Sierra Dontonville, is on women's 1 right now. She's number 60 and she is the last one. Our former national champion,
Megan
or
Mascarenas.
actually I should say current national champion, defending, Megan Mascarenas right now on the catwalk here.
And this should be our final.
I love these names,
competitor
Chris.
for Sierra Dontonville.
And joining us right now in the booth, it is our pleasure to welcome you, Ashima Shiraishi. Welcome.
Thank you.
That was so fun to watch you climb.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
How did it feel out there?
I was extremely nervous, and in isolation, I was just like trying to calm my nerves. And even during the comp, I was super nervous the whole time because this is my first, ABS Nationals. So I was like filled with excitement, which probably helped.
It's amazing because you did not look nervous at all. It looked like you had not a single feather ruffled, even while you were climbing. How did you mask that so well, that nervousness?
I don't really prefer to do competitions that often, so I'm not like used to it as much as like other competitors are. But I feel like, I prefer to climb outside, so once in a while when I do these competitions, I put like a lot of energy into them, and I feel like I prepared a lot for this one. So.
Excellent.
So were any of those problems hard for you?
Yeah, they're all pretty challenging, and especially number 3 and number 4. Those are the hardest for me.
Yeah, we noticed on number 3 you grabbed the finish hold differently than any other competitor. Did you see something over there to the right?
Yeah, actually my dad, he always like tells me that it's a bad habit for me, but I have this habit of like really looking at the climb for like a long time, like before I try the problem. And with this one, I was like looking at the problem, and I saw that like next to where all the chalk is, like on the side, it looked like there was a better part to hold on to. So when I jumped to it, I grabbed the side instead of like where all the chalk is, and that was better, I think.
Well, you're the only competitor to have flashed all of the problems, giving you the hashtag Flashima on online. So going into tomorrow now with the confidence of having just done that, does that help you for tomorrow? Do you feel like a little more in the game or whatever than you could be today?
I feel like, I don't know, like tomorrow's a different day and the climbs are going to be different, and I can't really, expect myself to do anything, but like I feel like this gave me some confidence in myself and sort of gave me like an image of where I am in this competition. So I'm excited for tomorrow. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be competing against Alex Puccio on this stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's not my first time that I've competed against Alex Puccio, but she's one of my heroes, and it's an honor to compete against her and so many of these talented climbers.
What do you think about the differences in the styles of your climbing between you and Alex Puccio?
Yeah, Alex and I have like dramatically different styles, and she's really powerful, but I'm more static and prefer to, not jump to everything. But I feel like, like on different climbs, it's nice to see like the contrasting styles.
Yeah, it's really cool for us too.
Yeah.
Definitely fun to watch you climb. We're all looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, definitely in semifinals, and I imagine in the finals as well. Is there anything in particular you're worried about in the finals?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just worried that I would get super nervous and just doubt myself, and I feel like at some competitions I end up like doubting myself, and that's what makes me not do as well as I expect myself. So just hope that I keep myself together, like mentally.
Do you have any tactics for calming yourself down?
Yes. I don't do too many comps, but what works for me is just like focusing on my breathing and, like look up sometimes. Like looking down really makes me flustered, so I like to just look up at the ceiling or something. Just focus on like a certain spot.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shima, thank you so much for joining us in the booth here. It's great to
Yeah.
talk to you, and I hope we'll be talking to you in the booth again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Rest well tonight.
Thanks.
Awesome talk with Ashima Shiraishi. What a treat to have her here in the booth. That will be the first of many times, I imagine, we're going to be talking to Ashima.
It's so funny to have one of your heroes be 15 years old.
I know.
She's such a lovely, calming presence.
That was so surprising to me to hear her say she was nervous.
I know.
I mean, she looked absolutely calm.
Totally calm. But I guess that's her, one of her fortes is to be able to quell that nervousness and channel it. All right, once again, we need to reinsert ourselves into this action that's happening.
I am pretty sure Megan did not top out 3. Megan Mascarenas, that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to find out.
However, Megan Mascarenas, our defending champion, is stepping up to the wall for problem number 4.
Male 1, it's Peter Dixon.
So we're on competitor number 88 for the men. 88 out of 123. Peter Dixon is stepping up to men's number 1. Sure. Hello.
And we're joined in the booth right now by Michaela Kirsch. Michaela, looks like you did pretty well during qualifiers today. How did the run go for you?
So far, so good. I felt like the slab boulders kind of tripped me up because I haven't really been training slab that much. And I actually.
Awesome. With at least a couple flashes.
Yeah, 3 flashes. Pretty psyched. That slab boulder number 3 really got me. I was falling going for the finish. That hole is horrible.
Yeah. I mean, that one's flustered.
It's made a lot of climbers look silly up there.
Almost everybody, yeah.
Yeah, and we have 2 appeals on it now, actually, surprisingly.
Because of the red on the left, right?
Yeah, exactly. The judges made the same mistake twice, but I think they learned their lesson.
Yeah, it's always confusing down there exactly what's going on.
Yeah, red tape, black tape.
Yep.